afraid I wandered in from the street. You seem to have no security.
No, I think he goes off for a drink.
Ah. I'm aware you don't want to see me. I've been hanging around for an hour, just plucking up courage. I brought you a present.
What present?
This.
I need to prepare for the show.
Actually, I came to the matinee.
Oh, really?
Yes.
No doubt you found it ridiculous.
Well...
When did you last see a play?
Oh.
I didn't hear you call out fast forward.
No, to be honest, I was kind of intrigued.
Just kind of, not wholly.
Plainly, the writer's so young.
Yes, he is.
That means it's absurdly pretentious. But in a way, I quite like that. I liked the play's youth.
So do I.
That scene when you talk to the stars. And somehow it's become this extraordinary phenomenon. Out of nowhere, it seems. Is that the appeal of the theatre, in fact? This weird, arty evening?
Yes.
No one could ever predict it, and yet they fight to get in. You know, what do you put it down to?
What, this one?
The success of this particular play.
Well, you're right. It is pretentious, it's true. And it's young. But I felt when I read it, it had something special.
You saw that?
People like it because they feel it's sincere.
The children were saying you're in a small flat now.
Yes.
You've moved back to London.
But you knew that.
I did.
You sent me all those checks.
Yes.
I'm afraid they're of no use to me.
I realize it must be in the terms of the settlement.
I burnt them.
I guessed. Well, the bank said they hadn't gone through.
They couldn't.
No.
The hardship committee gives me an allowance. That's all I'm permitted. They seize all the rest. So unless you actually slipped me a fiver, illegally, whatever you give me, it goes back to Lloyd's. I sold up the house, all my belongings, my furniture, my letters, my paintings, everything I had. They take my wages. In the end, I'm still short by $2 million. So, one way or another, your checks aren't much use.
I thought it was personal. I feared you were angry.
Oh, really?
I feared you resented the money I sent.
Yes, well, since I can't use it, I'm afraid you'll simply never find out.
Look, Esme, I do know that you blame me.
Blame you?
You think in some way everything that's happened is somehow my fault. I know that. I know you hate my new marriage. In your shoes, that's something I well understand.
I don't think about it, Dominic. I promise you, I do my best not to think about you at all. Except when I see all your posters.
Ah, yes.
When I go down the tube. This film you've directed, everyone says it's winning all sorts of prizes.
Some.
So it seems at last you've done what you want.
Look, the point is I really am trying. I really am trying my best. Do you think I'm not changed by what happened? You think it hasn't changed me? You think I don't have any conscience?
No.
You think it doesn't hurt me when the children tell me what they've seen of your life?
My life?
Yes, they say you completely retreated. Since Evelyn died, they say you see no one at all. You refuse to go out.
So?
All right, you think I'm indifferent. I'm callous. You think I don't care, but somehow the thought of you suffering. The children say it's like you've given up trying.
Oh, really?
They say you called off your marriage.
Yes.
You were going to marry Frank.
Since you ask. That was some time ago. A long time ago. But I did what Amy was always telling me.
I see.
I decided to take my life in my hands. There we are.
But you're alone now.
Do you really think this is your business?
Well, as a matter of fact, I'm afraid that I do. Why do you think I've come here to see you?
To be honest, I had no idea.
I came because everyone's worried. I wanted to see you were coping.
Well, now you've seen me, so that's okay. What? You're concerned for my welfare? Why? You have what you want. You have a great family. The children tell me you've got a great wife. Why should it matter what on earth I am feeling? Dominic, do I really really matter at all. Any more than that dog out there in the alley, the sound of the train going by, that's all.
That is just nonsense.
How is it? The one thing that might disturb your sleeping, a source of minor discomfort in the otherwise perfect life you now live. I did see the film. I'm appalled by the violence. I know that it's somehow important to people like you, all that shooting and bloodshed, but I don't understand it.
We don't call it violence, we call it action.
Whatever. It isn't how life is. Perhaps I'm just getting old. I'm tired of Dominic, this need you all have to get out the guns and bam and wham and kill the little fucker and shoot off his stupid bloody head. What is it? What is this need you all have? What happened? Are you just bored? Or is it that you just don't dare deal with real experience, with the things that really go on in real life? Like grief and betrayal and love and unhappiness and loss. The loss of people we love.
As
No. Loss, yes. Let that be your subject. Not childish games with explosions and guns, which have nothing to do with anything, nothing to do with things that are real.
You know Amy's view. You have to love people. You just have to love them. You have to give love without any conditions at all. Just give it. And one day you will be rewarded. One day you will get it back. At the end, the fact is I don't expect you to like this, but Amy and I were getting on well. No, truly, we were. We came to some real understanding. Of course, it's not, but it wasn't like it was any longer a marriage. But we did manage some sort of real love. After we'd split, admittedly, you may say it's easier, but it lasted, I don't know, 3 months or 4. We were closer than at any time in our lives. So now, perhaps this is mad to you, but somehow the story just doesn't seem finished. Do you understand me?
Of course.
I feel that now I must try and help you.
You want Amy's death to be of some use?
Yes. Because she just died. One day she walks down the street for no purpose, for no reason at all. One day she's there, then she's not. I felt since that day I had to see Esme.
What?
I do have to talk to her.
So I can tell you it wasn't your fault?
No.
Tell you you didn't betray her, that none of it matters. Is that what you want?
Of course I betrayed her.
Well then.
I really don't think that's the point.
No.
I want you to say, all right, that was one chapter. And now that chapter is closed. It's ever since the funeral. I had this feeling, this instinct. It's much more than grief. It's to do with what Amy would have wanted. Amy would have wanted that we should be friends. Surely. I mean, with time, that is possible. For Christ's sake, you know what she felt. More than anything, she wanted that you and I should somehow get on.
Oh.
Yes.
I see.
Yes.
You're saying you left her. You say you know you did let her down, but because Amy was good, because she was decent, somehow you shouldn't suffer. I have to forgive you because she was so much nicer than you. Some people rise. Well, don't they? They rise at other people's expense. For them to go up, other people go down. We have to endure that. But please, don't ask us to like you as well.
You don't understand. I'm saying something much simpler. Something for your sake too. Something which means we'll both be forgiven. Because hating me now is a waste of your life.
My life is here in this theater. My life is when the curtain goes up. My work is my life. I understand nothing else. You will have to go now, Dominic.
Will you think about what I've been saying?
I'll try to. Yes, if I can. day, I remember so clearly, the day I walked in, you'd been mending the bike.
Yes.
What was my reaction? Was it just fear of a stranger?
Only you know. Is that what it was?
My daughter was lost to me. One look at you, and everything I had left to me was gone. Perhaps it was pure blind instinct.
No, to be fair, you did dislike me personally, too.
It was just chance. It was chance I met Bernard. I was promiscuous. I was also 19. But I met this man. And from then on, everything seemed to be different. What if I hadn't? It was just luck. But with Bernard, it wasn't all that fantastic. It wasn't as if we were always in each other's arms. It was just calm. And we laughed at everything. That's all, nothing crazy, but always with him I felt whole.
Remember, open the present. Here's me, will you promise to call me?
If I could, then why would I not?